perfect grooming, and ultimately the perfect skin. Looks, style, and grooming makes the ultimate man. I've found a ridiculously easy way to make my skin always feel epic. My name is Neo. I found Blemiviv, and now my skin finally makes sense.
Hello, welcome. This is Business Now, reaching you live from IBrandTV News Studios here in Lagos, Nigeria. Coming up, House of Representatives resolves to investigate payment for subsidies on petroleum products. And federal government signs a $2.78 million deal with Japanese government for an economic and social development program. And federal government approves a new revenue scheme to boost non-oil revenue by 3.8 trillion naira. And Food and Agriculture Organization applauds Ghana for progress in the small-scale fishing sector. Thank you for joining us, and here's some of the reports we're filing at this time. I am Frank Omalape. In a bid to boost the Deep Blue project, the federal government of Nigeria has signed a $2.78 million exchange of note agreement with the Japanese government for an economic and social development program. In a statement recently, the Assistant Director of Public Relations of the Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety Agency of SAGI, Edward, explained that the agreement involved the acquisition of high-speed boats to reinforce services for coastal security in Nigeria, with NIMASA as the implementing partner. The statement also said that the Minister of State, Federal Ministry of Budget and National Planning, Clemagba, had signed it on behalf of the federal government, while the Ambassador Extraordinary and Plenipotentiary of Japan to Nigeria, Kazuyoshi Masunaga, signed it on behalf of the Japanese government. According to the statement, Agba said, quote, the procurement of high-speed boats worth $2.78 million will greatly enhance the operations of the Deep Blue project, end quote. Away from there now, revenue allocation to federal, state and local government has declined from a peak of 970.57 billion naira in July 2021 to 680.78 billion naira in May 2022, representing a 30% reduction over the period. The decrease in allocation to these levels of government reviews the fiscal challenges facing various levels of government in Africa's biggest economy. The federal government has raised its budgetary allocation of 443 billion naira for gasoline subsidy to 4 trillion naira and has received approval from the National Assembly. The situation is worsened by declining oil production and theft. Oil production fell to 1.2 million barrels per day in April 2022 from 1.23 million barrels in March, according to OPEC monthly oil market report. This is far from the oil benchmark of 1.88 million barrels per day and the 2022 budget. Company income tax in Nigeria fell from 472.52 billion naira obtained in the third quarter of last year to 347.8 billion naira in the last quarter of 2021, indicating a 26% decrease over the period, according to the National Bureau of Statistics. And in the meantime, the House of Representatives has resolved to investigate payment for subsidies on petroleum products, especially premium motor spirit, popularly called petrol, under the regime led by President Muhammadu Buhari. Speaker of the House of Representatives, Femi Gbajabiamila, is to set up an ad hoc committee to investigate the petroleum product subsidy regime from 2017 to 2021, which is to report back to the House within 8 weeks for further legislative action. The probe is based on a motion titled "Need to Investigate the Petroleum Product Subsidy Regime in Nigeria from 2017 to 2021, which a member of the House, Sergius Ogun, moved at the plenary on Wednesday, and the lawmakers unanimously adopted. Ogun noted that Section 88, subsection 1 and 2 of the 1999 Constitution empowers the National Assembly to conduct investigation into the activities of any authority executing or administering laws made by the National Assembly. He also noted that Section 32 of the Petroleum Industry Act 2021 saddles the petroleum midstream and downstream regulatory authority with the task of regulating and monitoring technical and commercial midstream and downstream petroleum operations in Nigeria. The lawmaker said as of 2002 rather, the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation's purchase of crude oil at international market prices stood at 445,000 barrels per day to enable it to provide petroleum products for local consumption. And now the federal government on Wednesday approved a new revenue boost scheme aimed to annually generate 3.8 trillion naira and 160 billion naira from non-oil and oil ventures, respectively. A senior special assistant to the Vice President of Media and Publicity, Laolu Akonde, disclosed this to State House correspondent after the Federal Executive Council meeting presided over by Vice President Yemi Osinbajo. According to him, Akonde, who briefed on behalf of the Minister for Finance, Budget and National Planning, said among several of the memos presented today was the one of the Minister for Finance, Budget and National Planning on accelerating revenue mobilization reforms, which is a derivative of the federal government's strategic revenue growth initiative. The significant progress that has been made in this initiative includes the raising of the VAT from 5% to 7% and other measures since 2019. This particular initiative is something that is meant to address some of the fiscal challenges of the federal government, as it is intended to raise Nigeria's non-oil revenue potential and oil revenue potential, so it is estimated. But with the implementation of this reform, it could result in a potential additional non-oil revenue and oil revenue generation of 3.8 trillion naira and 160 billion naira annually. End of quote. And now the federal government on Wednesday said it paid 74 billion naira as bridging claims to oil marketers for the transportation of petroleum products across the country in 7 months. It disclosed this while reacting to allegations made by the Independent Petroleum Marketers Association of Nigeria, the Suleja branch, that the scarcity of petroleum products was due to the non-payment of bridging claims. Providing a breakdown of payments made to marketers, the agency stated that the Major Oil Marketers Association of Nigeria received 9.9 billion. IPMA members were paid about 42.3, while NNPC retail outlets got about 6.6. It, however, noted that the NMDPRA remained committed to ensuring safe, efficient, and effective conduct of midstream and downstream petroleum operations. And in the meantime, Nigeria's non-oil sector grew by 6.06% year-on-year in real terms in the first quarter of 2022, an increase of 5.28 points from the preceding quarter, which recorded a growth rate of 3.58% compared to the rate recorded same quarter of last year and 1.34% higher than the fourth quarter of 2022. To this end, the federal government, through the Federal Executive Council, has approved reforms to boost Nigeria's non-oil revenue to 3.8 trillion naira and oil revenue to 160 billion annually. Analyst Olusegun Okwande, who spoke on our flagship program, Business Breakfast, shared his perspective with us.
whatever growth that you've seen, which we attribute to about 6% in the analysis given to us, is majorly from the financial, the fintech world that have actually grown over the years. The issue there is, I would advise that government should look critically into one of the threats of that is posing the growth of this non-oil sector, and that's security. Insecurity in the sense that even locally, the food scarcity, it's on the high side. We can attribute that the global space is having its own challenge, but you ask yourself, what have we done domestically to make sure that our people enjoy it? And this was brought to bear during the COVID-19, seeing every country going back to drawing board on how they can improve their local content to make sure that their citizens are self-sufficient. And this is why we are addressing the government, that we have the potential, both human capital, the resources, to increase and improve on the non-crude oil sector. But the major threat is insecurity. And if that can be addressed, I can tell you that we can have as high as over 10 to 15% with the financial improvement in the technological aspect, which is gaining so much attention.
As Nigerians continue to grapple with a myriad of challenges, especially from insecurity to high food cost, they also pay more to move from one city to another. The National Bureau of Statistics, in its Transport Fare Watch for May 2022, released on Wednesday, said the average fare paid by commuters for bus journey intercity per drop rose 3,668 naira in May 2022 as against 2,490 in May 2021, indicating an increase of 47.3%. On a month-on-month basis, the increase was about 3.13% from the 3,570 57.15 recorded in April 2022 to 3,668.64. The Transport Watch report covers bus intra-city commuter per drop regular route, bus journey intercity state route, a charge per person, airfare charge for specified routes, single journey, journey by motorcycle, per drop, and waterway passenger transport. The report shows that the average fare paid by air passengers for specified routes and single journeys increased by 0.73% on a month-on-month basis from 55.5 in April 2022 to 55,000 naira 906.86 in May 2022. On a year-on-year basis, the fare rose by 52.95% from about 36 naira to 552.7 in May 2021. Similarly, the average fare paid by commuters for bus journeys within the city per drop increased by 2% month-on-month from 570.64 in April 2022 to about 582 in May. On year-on-year analysis, the average fare paid by commuters for bus journeys within the cities per drop rose by 45.86% from 399 naira 6 kobo in May 2021. Away from the now, generating companies recorded a revenue shortfall of 50% as remittances from electricity distribution companies declined. The statistics show that DISCOs were unable to pay GENCO's full payment for the quantity of power generated in January 2022. As a result, the generating companies recorded a 50% revenue shortfall. Reacting to the news, analyst Kaude Ekundayo averred that DISCOs must look inward if the shortfall must be addressed.
It is the power, it is between DISCO and consumer that the challenges are. And how the challenges, some of them are bypassing. That is the truth. Some of them are bypassing. Some people tap power from home without being meter to DISCO. Yes, the problem is with the DISCO. They need to develop technology that will help them to detect fraud among their members, among their staff, who disconnect and reconnect illegally with them. They have to have that technology that will detect from their office who is consuming their power without pay. All these things are done abroad. It's not these things just because we are just coming up with cctv. Benin Republic here, actually as you have cctv. In fact, you can't even see in Benin Republic here that doesn't have cctv. The cctv is like a man, somebody a bride to us here in Nigeria. And that's why people are desperately needed this school. Some people need meter. Some people say they don't even need meter. And I can't blame whoever say they don't need meter. Because where is the power by himself? No power, nothing. But the issue is that the disco have to tidy up their own side of it. Because the disco is the next to the consumer. And most of what we are having now is between consumer and disco. And we have corrupt people in disco. There are so many.
You're watching Business Now, coming to you live from our studio. Still to come after the break. European Union seeks deal on groundbreaking rules for regulating crypto assets. Bring you more details after this time, but please stay with us.
Most people don't understand the magic of a perfect skin, the allure of a well-pampered skin. We bounce from skincare products to skincare products, from spa to spa. Looking for that ideal solution. I found the solution. And it's Blemiville Skincare and Spa. My name is Neil, and I'm proud to be a part of the Blemiville family.
Swift Dry Cleaners Limited, professional dry cleaners, best in dry cleaning and laundry services, and meets the needs of our consumers. Yeah, Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Yeah. Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Yeah, for clean wash and quick delivery. Yeah, Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. For clean wash and quick delivery.
Swift Dry Cleaners. Clean wash, quick delivery.
If you just join us, this is Business Now, reaching you live from IBrandTV News Studio. The African scene, the Food and Agriculture Organization, FAO, has applauded Ghana for progress in the small-scale fishing sector, which currently employs the majority of fishers in the country. Mr. Ndiaga Gwenya, FAO country representative to Ghana, said Ghana's small-scale fishery is well advanced relative to other African countries. It employs over 80% of fishers in the country and is a major source of food and income. Speaking at a workshop on securing sustainable small-scale fisheries guidelines, implementation for fish worker organization leaders in Accra, Gwenya said that small-scale fisher folks played a critical role in food security and nutrition provision of an opportunity for poverty eradication and equitable development and sustainable resource utilization. He noted that despite the prospect of the sector in job creation and livelihood improvement, the sector was confronted with several challenges, including gender discrimination and excessive cost of input. He therefore called on all stakeholders in the small-scale fisheries value chain to work collectively to achieve its set goals and assure them of FAO support in that regard. And our consumers of petroleum products can heave a sigh of relief as the price of petrol is expected to go down by about 4% per litre at the various pumps in the country and the first pricing window of July. This is according to a recent analysis by the Institute for Energy Security. This follows a consistent rise in the price of fuel at the pumps in previous windows. A recent analysis issued by the Institute for Energy Security notes that the reduction can be attributed to the 3.20% fall in the price of gasoline, a 15.71% fall in the price of LPG, and a 2.05% appreciation of the CD against the US dollar. It notes that the price of petrol is projected to reduce by roughly 4% to sell below 10 Ghana cedis per litre, while the price of liquefied petroleum gas is projected to fall further by approximately 4% from its current price. However, the 1.97% rise in the price of gas oil on the international fuel market may either cause stability in the current price of gas oil or a marginal jump in price at the pumps for the various OMCs. Another foreign scene, oil prices were largely steady in volatile trade on Thursday as the market weighed concerns over global supply against a build in U.S. fuel product inventories. Brent crude futures for September, the more actively traded contracts, were up 28 cents or about 0.3% at $112.73 a barrel in early trade. The August contract, which expires Thursday, was down 11 cents or about 0.1% at $116.15 a barrel. US West Texas Intermediate WTI crude futures rose 20 cents or about 0.2% to $109.98 a barrel. Crude inventories fell by 2.8 million barrels in the week to June 24. US Energy Information Administration data showed far exceeding the 569,000 barrels drop forecast in a Reuters poll for analysts. However, few stocks rose as refiners ramped up activity operating at nearly full capacity, the highest at this time of year in 4 years. Meanwhile, the OPEC Plus group of producers, including Russia, began 2 days of meetings on Wednesday, though sources said there was little prospect of an agreement to pump more oil. And in the meantime, the European Union on Thursday will seek agreement on ground-breaking rules for regulating crypto assets as the roots in Bitcoin piles pressure on the authority to rein in the sector. Industry officials say clarity on rules and passporting could attract crypto firms from rival London. The United States and Britain, two crypto centers, have yet to approve similar rules. Representatives from the European Parliament and European United or EU states meet to thrash out a deal on the market in crypto asset law, which could come into force around the end of 2023. Crypto asset came under pressure after the collapse of Terra USD and Luna tokens last month, with major U.S. cryptocurrency lending company Celsius Network this month freezing withdrawals and transfers. Bitcoin collapsed this month to around $17,000 and is currently trading around $28,100, well below its late March level of $48,200, leaving investors nursing losses. If you're watching Business Now from our studios here in Lagos, we'll take a moment now, and when we return, of course, more news update with Omobolale Adeshi. Please stay with us.
The cosmetics and personal care industry globally generates an estimated annual turnover of around $400 billion over the last 20 years. In Nigeria, the beauty and personal care market could reach 3.2 billion euros by 2021, making Nigeria the rising star in sub-Saharan Africa. Products for hair and body care are predominant on the beauty market in sub-Saharan Africa, where face products and makeup remain marginal but have strong potential. Africa's largest economy clearly has a lot to offer. The Nigerian beauty and personal care market is currently worth more than $1.25 billion at retail and is forecast to reach more than $1.31 billion next year, according to Euromonitor International. It includes a wide range of products, from skincare items to makeup and beauty items. These are items that predominantly appeal to women and men alike to purchase beauty products, even though men are interested in cosmetics. Nigeria has emerged as the investment destinations of choice to international firms aiming to capture the beauty and personal care market in the continent. The photography business is a very competitive industry. Every year, thousands of talented photo lovers consider turning their passion into a money-making business venture. Especially in a fiercely competitive marketplace like Nigeria, in which it is very easy for anyone to buy a digital camera and call themselves a professional photographer. According to some practitioners, a new photographer who wants a standard studio can start with a budget of 3.5 million naira. However, one can start with a lower budget of about 500,000 to 1 million naira, depending on the tools and cost of rent. On the average, the cost of photography equipment is around 294,790 naira. However, the price ranges from around 41,000 naira to as high as 2.46 million naira. Nigeria has a population of over 200 million people with a vibrant movie industry that produces 50 movies per week, generating annual revenue of approximately $590 million from between 2016 and 2021, helping the photography industry as a whole, according to a recent research by the UN.
You go enter market, just make you go buy fresh palm fruits. When you reach house, you go wash, you go pound, your body go dey pain you, even your fingernails go dey pain you. But make una no worry, make una relax. I get good news for una. Una don hear of Banga fresh palm fruit extract. All you need to do now, make you go for the open am. Take the amount wey you want, put am for your pot. Which soup you wan make? Shey na egusi, shey na ogbono, shey na vegetable, shey na banga. My sister no waste time again. My brother no waste time again. Just go buy Banga fresh palm fruit extract. They go know say you sabi cook and you be better cook.
Banga, come make your food yummy.
Most people don't understand the magic of a perfect skin, the allure of a well-pampered skin. We bounce from skincare products to skincare products, from spa to spa. Looking for that ideal solution. found a solution. And it's Blemiville Skincare and Spa. My name is Neil, and I'm proud to be a part of the Blemiville family.
Swift Dry Cleaners Limited, professional dry cleaners, best in dry cleaning and laundry services, and meets the needs of our consumers. Yeah, Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Yeah. Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Yeah, for clean wash and quick delivery. Yeah, Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. For clean wash and quick delivery. Ooh.
Swift Dry Cleaners. Clean wash, quick delivery.
Oh boy, winning you was so easy.
I just couldn't stand those your powerful shots. That's what happened.
Really? Let's go to my place for dinner.
This fufu is so nice.
It's true unripe plantain flour.
True unripe plantain flour is delicious.
Yes, true unripe plantain flour is what I serve my husband for swallows. It's easy to prepare, fortified with vitamin A, low in sugar and cholesterol, rich in fiber that helps the heart, builds and strengthens the bone, and his energy level is boosted.
Through unripe plantain flour, no additives, 100% natural, a product of Pali Agro Products Nigeria. Through unripe plantain flour, available in all leading stores nationwide.
True unripe plantain flour is 100% natural flour gotten from the processing of unripe plantain. It contains no addictive and has a net content of 500 grams. True unripe plantain flour contains vitamin A, B6 and C. It is gluten-free and rich in calcium. Consuming through unripe plantain flour helps to build and strengthen stronger bones and can be a great meal for diabetic patients. It decreases your chances of constipation as it has a high fiber content and provides you with a low-fat diet. Here are some steps to prepare your true unripe plantain flour. Firstly, mix true unripe plantain flour with hot water in a pot and gradually add water till you achieve desired thickness. Place over medium heat and turn very well for 4 to 5 minutes to get the right texture. Mold into a ball and place in a bowl and allow to cool. Serve with your choice of soup. True unripe plantain flour can be eaten with any variety of soup, be it your ofe oha, ofe onugbu, begiri, ewedu, or your miyan kuka. To get your true unripe plantain flour, contact us at 12 Olowera Isheri Road by First Welder bus stop off Omole Phase 2, Olowera, Lagos, Nigeria, or call 070-6663-8213 or 081-6397-4447. Distributors are needed nationwide.
Hello and welcome to News Now. I am Omobolanle Adeshui. We begin with news that President Muhammadu Buhari on Wednesday assured that the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, would deliver peaceful, transparent, free, fair and credible elections next year without any form of interference from his administration. President Buhari gave the assurance in Lisbon, the capital of Portugal, while speaking at a meeting with representatives of Nigerians living in the country, cautioning the diaspora Nigerians to also resist the urge to use social media platforms to incite political crisis back home. The president, who is in Lisbon on a state visit, told those at the meeting that his administration looks forward to a smooth transition to the next government, assuring again that his government would not compromise taking every right step to assure the welfare of Nigerian citizens home and abroad. The president said with the conclusion of the primaries of the political parties, all eyes are now on the 2023 elections in Nigeria. Silas Agara, Federal Commissioner for Nasarawa State at the National Population Commission, NPC, has assured that the country will not fail in the introduction of digital or paperless census for the first time in 2023. He gave the assurance in an interview with newsmen on Thursday in Karo local government area of the state during an inspection tour of training venues for ad hoc staff of the commission. According to him, the staff are employed to carry out a mock census in July, preparatory to the original national census slated for 2023. He assured that Nigerians had nothing to worry about as the commission had made necessary steps, logistics and digital equipment to ensure that the digital or paperless census, which he admitted had already been domesticated in other African countries, succeeded. Nigeria is scheduled to hold a national population census in 2023, but unlike previous census counts, the 2023 edition is expected to be fully digital without the use of papers. And the Nigerian High Commission has engaged the services of lawyers in the UK to defend former Deputy Senate President Ike Ekweremadu when he appears in court next month. Senate President Ahmed Lawan disclosed this after a closed-door session of the chamber on Wednesday. He also noted that the Senate will send a delegation to the UK to visit the embattled Ekweremadu, who, alongside his wife, has been remanded in custody by the UK government on allegations of organ harvesting. According to him, members of the Senate Committee on Foreign Affairs will be traveling to the UK in the next 2 days to meet with Senator Ekweremadu. And Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu of Lagos State on Wednesday presented 13 sport utility vehicles, SUVs, to outstanding teachers selected across 6 education districts. The teachers were presented brand new vehicles for their passion and deployment of modern techniques to teach students. The recipients were among the finalists nominated for the year 2021 Teachers Merit Award by the screening committee led by the chairperson of the Association of Private Educators in Nigeria, Lai Koiki. At the grand finale of the 2021 Teachers Merit Award, held at Lagos House, Ikeja, Sanwo-Olu said the initiative was in line with a commitment to use education as an instrument to change the world and influence the teaching profession. He said the reward was for selflessness, dedication, and diligence among the teachers in the state. And 3 policemen are feared dead as gunmen attacked a checkpoint at Akukwe Junction in Enugu South local government area of Enugu State. The incident reportedly occurred on Thursday morning around 9:30 a.m. The number of casualties in the attack is still unclear as at the time of filing this report, though eyewitnesses say 3 officers were killed. An eyewitness said people are still running helter-skelter as the gunmen are still shooting sporadically as at the time of this report. According to him, the checkpoint the hoodlums attacked is in front of MTD police station in Akukwe, opposite Boom Plaza near Tipper Park before Enugu Port Harcourt Highway. And bandits have attacked a mining site in Niger State and reportedly killed security agents, civilians, and kidnapped 3 Chinese nationals. The attack was said to have occurred on Wednesday afternoon in Ajata Aboki in Gurumana ward of Shiroro local government area of Niger State. The co-convener, Concerned Shiroro Youth of Niger State, Sonny Kuki, confirmed the incident on Thursday. He said the bandits attacked the mining site and opened fire on the workers and security operatives. He added the bandits kidnapped a yet-to-be-identified number of people, including 2 Chinese expatriates. And the Ondo State government has ordered all public and private institutions in the state to install closed-circuit television, CCTV, on their premises on or before August 1, 2022. This followed the directive of Governor Rotimi Akeredolu that CCTV should be installed in all public and private institutions across the state as part of the measure to fight insecurity in the state. In a statement issued by the Special Advisor to the Governor on Security Matters, Akogun Adetunji Adeleye, the Governor said any institution that failed to comply with the directive would be shut down. Governor Akeredolu recently issued an executive order making it mandatory for all public places, financial institutions, restaurants, hotels, and other lodging facilities, beer parlors, bars, nightclubs, educational institutions, and religious worship centers in all the 18 local government areas of the state to have functional video surveillance CCTV equipment installed in strategic locations within their premises. And Britain says it has agreed a new deal with Nigeria that would see them work together to tackle illegal migration and speed up the removal of foreign criminals. The government, which has faced criticism for its recently announced partnership with Rwanda to send asylum seekers to the East African countries, said the agreement with Nigeria would also promote shared bilateral economic interests. And now to the African scene, where the UN Security Council voted Wednesday to maintain the UN peacekeeping mission in turmoil-rocked Mali, while condemning the West African nations' military rulers for using mercenaries that commit human rights and humanitarian violations. The Council also expressed grave concern at the deteriorating political and security situation in the West African nation. Russia and China abstained on the French-drafted resolution that extends the mandate of the mission until June 30, 2023, with its current ceiling of 13,289 military personnel and 1,920 international police. Mali has been in turmoil since the 2012 uprising prompted mutinous soldiers to overthrow the president. The power vacuum that resulted ultimately led to an Islamic insurgency and a French-led war that ousted the jihadists from power in 2013. Large crowds of protesters in Sudan faced tear gas and a communications blackout on Thursday as they staged a major round of rallies against the country's military leadership. It was the first time in months of protest against an October coup that internet and phone services had been cut, and security forces were more heavily deployed than in recent weeks. The protest marked the 3rd anniversary of huge demonstrations during the 2019 uprising that overthrew longtime autocratic ruler Omar al-Bashir and led to a power-sharing arrangement between civilian groups and the military. Last October, the military led by General Abdel Fattah al-Burhan toppled the transitional government, triggering rallies that have called on the army to quit politics. And now on the foreign scene, Russian forces abandoned the strategic Black Sea outpost of Snake Island on Thursday in a major victory for Ukraine that could loosen a Russian grain export blockade, threatening to worsen global hunger. Russia's defense ministry said it had decided to withdraw from the outcrop as a gesture of goodwill that showed Moscow was not obstructing UN efforts to open a humanitarian corridor allowing grains to be shipped from Ukraine's ports. Ukraine said it had driven the Russian forces out after a massive artillery and assault overnight. Ukraine's Southern Military Command posted an image on Facebook of what appeared to be the island seen from the air, with at least 5 huge columns of black smoke rising above it, what it described as an assault by missiles and artillery. And Chinese President Xi Jinping has arrived in Hong Kong to mark 25 years since the former British colony returned to Beijing's rule. It is his first visit outside mainland China since the start of the pandemic nearly 2.5 years ago. He said Hong Kong had risen from the ashes after a series of challenges. China took control over the territory after pro-democracy protests in 2019-2020 and has been accused by critics of crushing Hong Kong's freedoms. Mr. Xi, who traveled by high-speed train, was greeted at the station by pupils waving flags of China and Hong Kong. Security is tight around the convention center, hosting events with roads closed and a no-fly zone overhead. And Russian President Vladimir Putin has said Moscow is open to dialogue on strategic stability and nuclear non-proliferation, but the Kremlin said no such talks with Washington were on the cards for now. Putin said in remarks to a legal forum in his home city of St. Petersburg, Russia is open to dialogue on ensuring strategic stability, preserving non-proliferation regimes for weapons of mass destruction, and improving the situation in the field of arms control. Despite Russia's invasion of Ukraine, both Moscow and Washington have stressed the importance of maintaining communication on the issue of nuclear arms. The two countries are by far the world's largest nuclear powers, with an estimated 11,000 nuclear warheads between them. Next is sports business. Thank you for watching.
English top-flight football club Newcastle United have announced e-commerce platform Noon as their new sleep partner for the 2022-2023 season. The value of the deal has not been disclosed, but there are reports Newcastle set an asking price of £7.5 million a year for the inventory. Currently, sleep partnerships for Premier League clubs outside the Big Six are typically worth between £500,000 and £2 million per season. Saudi Arabia's Public Investment Fund, which is Newcastle's majority owner, is a significant backer of Riyadh-based Noon, which bills itself as the Middle East's leading online shopping destination. The new deal replaces Kayak after the travel search engine's agreement expired at the end of 2021-2022 season. Newcastle said the latest tie-up will provide the club with new ways to engage with fans in the Middle East, with supporters in the region able to pre-order all 2022-2023 Newcastle United kits on Noon. In addition to sleeve branding, Noon will have a presence on match days at St. James's Park Stadium and across Newcastle's digital assets. Still talking football, Italian Serie A champions AC Milan have signed a long-term extension of their kit supply partnership with Puma. The deal has doubled to €30 million per year and will see the German sportswear brand remain as Milan's global technical supplier and official licensing partner. The increase in fee comes with Puma gaining naming rights to AC Milan's youth and Women's Football Academy, which will henceforth be known as the Puma House of Football. The renewal of their agreement, which dates back to 2018, will see Puma continue to supply AC Milan's men's, women's and youth teams, kits and performance apparel. The extension will have Puma also commit to focusing on producing sustainable apparel and environmentally friendly products. And finally, on sports business, this year's World Cup in Qatar has sold 1.8 million tickets so far. Qatar residents have purchased the most tickets, with Canada, England, France, Germany, India, Saudi Arabia, Spain, the UAE and the United States following. With all 32 teams now confirmed for the tournament, the next phase of tickets for the November event goes on sale on Tuesday. FIFA plans to offer a total of 3 million tickets overall buying rounds, but has received more than 23 million requests. Qatar hopes to attract 1.2 million fans to the tournament. Fans interested in attending have a few ticket options, with prices ranging from roughly $69 for a Category 3 group stage match and north of $1,600 for a final ticket. Tickets for individual matches are available across 4 price categories, with Category 4 tickets reserved for Qatar residents. Fans can purchase up to 6 tickets per match, but no more than 60 over the course of the tournament. In line with match compatibility rules, attendees may have opportunities to attend more than one group game on the same day towards the beginning of the tournament. The purchase period will be open until August 16th, but will be offered on a first-come, first-served basis. FIFA also disclosed that a queue management system will apply if there is a high demand. And that's it on sports business. Up next is the stock market report.
Cosmetics and personal care industry globally generates an estimated annual turnover of around $400 billion over the last 20 years. In Nigeria, the beauty and personal care market could reach 3.2 billion euros by 2021, making Nigeria the rising star in sub-Saharan Africa.
Just watching business now, let's look at the stock market report for today. The Nigerian equities market closed on a positive note on Thursday as the NGX All-Share Index gained 0.03% to settle at 51,817.59 points from about 51,776.78 points Wednesday. The same manner, the market capitalization increased in value, gaining about 22 billion naira. The total volume traded on the floor of the exchange rose above 223.11 million units of shares and valued at 3.87 billion naira in about 4,000 deals. On the advances chart, University Press Limited gain is 9.79% to close at 2 naira 58 kobo, followed by MC Nichols and Academy Press, which gained about 9.73% and 8.55% to close at 2 naira 3 kobo and 1 naira 27 kobo respectively. UPDC and FCNB also moved northward with 7% and 4.85% to close at 1 naira 7 kobo and 3 naira 46 kobo each. On the flip side, Triple G led the decliners chart with the decline of 8.42% to close at 87 kobo, as Prestige lost 7.50% to close at 37 kobo. Well, Honeywell, or Honeyflow rather, RT Briscoe and PZ lost 7%, 6.38% and 6.1% to close at 2 naira 76 kobo, 44 kobo and 10 naira. But then market report, and of course that's all we have time for on our news bulletins. For watching, I am Frank Komalade. Bye bye for now.